Welcome back to Astroneer. So today we are going to the core. I'm just going to grab a few more compound just to make sure I can get enough tethers. Because, you know, tethers kind of important to breathe. Oh, wait. Did I actually grab the... No, I didn't, did I? This is what I need right here, the drill mod 1. And we're going to put that right on the drill. And these tethers can go here, and this oxygen tank can go here, and everything else is just fine. So this drill mod, called drill mod 1, is what allows us to drill through harder materials. So it does two things. It makes the materials that are already slow to go through, quick to go through. Well, you see how quick I can go through this rocky mountainous stuff? It's pretty easy now. It's just as easy as it is to go through this stuff. However, if you look at my battery, I've used up some power, and it's not coming back. So without a drill mod at all, your drill pretty much operates, well, it's not a drill, your terrain tool operates for free on the power that you have in your backpack without using any power up at all. But as soon as you put a mod on, it starts using power at a rate of about 1 per second. And what that does is it comes out of these tethers, because these tethers supply the power. So as long as I'm connected to the power, I can use the drill mod all day long, and I'll never run out of power because the base is supplying my replacement. So now all we really have to do is we just have to make our way back down to the bottom where we were in the last episode. Woo! And then we should be hitting, I don't know, relatively soon, the end. Oh yeah, no, that's right. I went down here. I've already forgotten how far I've gone. It's pretty far down. We can grab this copper on the way back up too, because that's very useful. That's a lot of copper right there. Oh no, it just keeps going. Alright, this is as far as I've taken it. And it's this light green rock here. You'll notice that it's different. Like, see the dots in the center of the screen? How they change from this to this? So that is impossible to dig through without the drill mod. So now, even though it's a bit slow, it is possible to dig through it. Drill mod 2 would make that go quicker, but I don't have the materials to make that yet. Here we are. So we've just dug through that. Need to drop some tethers. You can see my battery recharging now. Check it out. So that's from the base. That's powering my backpack now. So you always have to remain connected to your tether network if you don't have your own power source, you know, and you're using power. Now, according to this, if I look at the direction that I'm standing, I am still going down. So it's always a good idea to check that out once in a while to make sure that you haven't gone off in the wrong direction. So as you can see, we've opened up into yet another cavern, and I'm just going to go put the tethers up one more time because we just about used up our entire supply of power. And guess what happens when you run out of power? Here, let me show you. So I have no power and I can't dig at all anymore. Although oddly enough, my work light is still working. Here, let's remove that. So without the work light, everything is completely dark. There's very little light. My headlight's gone, my flashlight for my character. So, see, I always thought that the headlight, or that the work light requires power to be active in order to light up. But maybe it doesn't? I don't know. I don't think it uses power. So I think what I'm going to do at this point is probably go down a bit steeper again. We really want to angle down, but I don't want to angle down so deep that it's hard to climb back up. So let's just do this. Ooh, there's the core. All right, here, let's grab some, replenish a little bit of soil. So this very strange looking structure here is actually part of the core, the gateway engine. And the core is a spherical thing in the center of the world, and it has tendrils that come out in, I think, 6 or more different directions, at least 6, probably 12. And you can follow them to the center. So the center in this case would be this direction. And therefore, I think what I'm going to do is, first of all, break my fall, because we're going to be sliding down here in the future. Then, I want to kind of bring it down this direction. There we go. Just need another tether. Look at the gravity. It's crazy. Now, down here, gravity is super weak. I can jump up, and it just takes a while to kind of gradually come back down. Am I coming back down? There we go. That was weird. Took a little longer than I expected. But these purple objects here, they have their own gravity. So if I actually get close to it, I will attach to that, and my frame of reference will change, which is really strange. This right here is called a dagger root, and you don't want to get too close of it, because what ends up happening is it shoots these daggers out all around the base of it, and they will kill you in one hit. So it's best to just dig them up. They don't blow up, you know, violently, but they will kill you if you get too close. Now, I'm also going to take a couple of the seeds up to the surface because I want to actually plant them. And we have a research sample. Generally speaking, the further away... Oh, shit. Yep, well, it's just happened. So, generally speaking, the research samples are more valuable in the core. But as you can see, my frame of reference has now changed. So instead of walking around on that surface, I'm walking around on this surface. Now, I can probably jump and get back to it. There we go. But yeah, this is incredibly disorienting if you don't know what to expect. You just have to understand that that is part of the game at the core. So let's go back in here. We got this tether, and we're going to follow this line in. This purple line here leads to the center. And if you go away from it, you get to this part with the design that symbolizes the planet. And this is the cap. The cap is made up of different faces, and they're just the end of this this structure. They don't go anywhere. So you have to find the line, the single line that goes down into the world. So beyond the floor here is the interior of the planet, the absolute interior. And you can just dig it up. You can just dig it straight into it. So I'm gonna... Where did I put my tether? I'm not actually sure. Here, let's put a tether down. So it's not connecting, so I've strayed a little bit too far. So we'll just kind of hold the tether. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So I'll just put it here, and then we'll dig into the ground. So again, this is not a wall. This is the ground that I was standing on. So I can put that here, and it just settles itself and kind of drifts it very slowly towards the center of the planet. So I'm going to drop another tether because I'm running out of power again. There it is. Let's just put another tether down. Oops, you know what? I am out of tethers. There we are. So green cloud of gas equals dangerous plant. We'll just kind of scoot past that. We don't want to get killed. So here I am on the opposite side, and you can see, oh, you know what? That's not a dangerous plant. That's just dust. So this is kind of showing you, this is actually now the up. This is up, the ceiling. And these are like stalactites. And if I dig one up, you'll see what happens. Come on. Well, it's taking a while. Let's dig up a smaller one. Oh, you know, I thought that they'd come loose, but they're not for some reason. Anyways, what they should do is they should follow in this direction. So this is what we call the gateway engine. It's the center of the world. And it is wild, very trippy, very cool. Awesome music. Yeah, this is fun. So you can see all the different spires as they kind of go to the center and then they go towards the outside, each one eventually meeting with the interior surface of the central chamber. Oh, yikes. It's always a good idea to make sure these are actually anchored, because when the game reloads, it might set them loose and then they just drift. There we go. So this is the same construct that you see on the outside in what's called the gateway chamber. Only it's, you know, it's in the center of the world instead of the outside. So I'm just going to place a tether here on the central sphere and then jump into it. And then I'm going to place another tether here on the inside. Whoop, no, here, which marks my exit path because I want to know how to get back out. Now, because if you go out the wrong one, like if you go out this one instead, what's going to happen is you're going to end up contacting the edge of the world on the interior cavern, and you're not going to have any path to get out of here. So the tethers aren't really for anything except finding your way back. So what we have here is a machine essentially, and this whole machine is essential for the plot of the game. And you activate them by putting the proper material, according to the symbol here, into the machine. And you want to do 2 of them. I'll show you why in a moment. So at this time, you'll notice that I'm free to come in and out of this sphere. That's not always the case. If you come down here without activating a surface gateway chamber, there will be a shield on the outside of this thing, right about here. And that shield, where I'm standing, is impenetrable. You will not be able to come onto the inside of it. But because I activated the gateway chamber a couple episodes back, I'm able to get in. It takes that shield down. Now, the other thing that you need to do is you have to find the right material. And if you look at the symbol here, every material in Astroneer has its own symbol. Like, you see compound, you see that symbol that's right about here on the screen? That's the symbol for compound. And it's not this symbol, so obviously compound is not the right material. However, quartz happens to be the right material. So I brought 2 quartz with me. And if I hadn't done that, I'd have to basically run back out, find some quartz, mine it up, and bring it back here. So I'm just saving us a little bit of time by getting that done ahead of time. But quartz is the material, and what you do is you just pick one up and pop it in here. It eats it up, and it produces this. It's called a geometric triptych. Unclassified energy signature, embedded in a truncated pentachronon. So this is the, it's basically a key that represents this world. Now you'll notice that the shield is up. So I can't actually get out now. I have to do something with it. So I'm trapped in here. I can't do anything. So I have to pick it up, and you have to look around and you think, oh, what should I do with this thing? Well, there's not much you can do with it. So it doesn't take too long to figure out that you have to actually put it over here, where the symbols match. Notice the symbols are matching? So you just put it here, and it activates, it disappears, and the shield goes off, and you've completed a core concept, which is the mission, and there's something out there is the new mission. So this planet is now unlocked. Multi-core processing, new mission, all good stuff. So what you do is you can come up here and you can gaze into the odd stone, just like the one on the surface gateway chamber. And you'll notice that I'm seeing a representation of Sylva and the gateway chamber at the center, and the gateway engine at the center, and the gateway chambers on the outside. There are 6 of them. There's one at the North Pole, one at the... This is the South Pole, apparently. This is the North Pole. And these 4 are the equators. There's also this thing called Gymnode Cosmic Elevation, which we have no idea what that means yet, but that's part of the game to figure that out. So what I can do is I can go to this equator 3 and activate, and you'll see what happens. It's really cool. It puts you in a little opaque sphere, and then all of a sudden you're released right in this thing. And if you remember, this is where I was when I took my tractor and I came here. So I'm back on the surface. And if I go to my radar, you can see... Yeah, here's my stuff in the distance. I think, yeah, this would be my base. Way in the distance in that direction. And of course, I actually have oxygen. And it's a fun fact that years ago in Astroneer, there was no oxygen supplied by these things. So you just suffocate. And now, as it happens, you still suffocate if you try to run back. Like, there's no way I could run back to my base. I'm sure I could find some resin and craft some oxygen filters before I actually died. But the main thing is that, yeah, you pretty much, you can teleport as long as you have, you know, supply of oxygen out here. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the center. And we actually have to do 2 of these because you need a key in order to finish other things that the game wants you to do. So it's always a good idea to bring 2 materials. And here we are again. It spawns another one of these things. Only this time I'm just going to put it in my backpack. Alright, so now I got to walk along here until I find my tether. There it is. And we're just going to go right back up to where we came from. Yep, and here we are just emerged out of the ground. And so I'm going to just pop up a little bit. No. Sometimes it can be a little tough to get off of this thing. No, didn't do it. Here, let's try one more time. There we go. I got it that time. I might try to bring this up, although it could be a very long walk, to be honest. Here we go. All right, I'm going to leave it down here. And what I actually want to do is I want to mine up some of this copper, because copper is going to be important. Oh, I got ammonium too. That's so cool. All right, this is a nice little place. I'm just going to see if I can get enough resources to achieve a couple of goals. Alright, so it looks like I'm actually full, which is a little unfortunate. I've got 4 copper, which should be enough. And you can see the consequence of carrying a work light with me, because I could be bringing back another piece of copper. I do kind of want this dagger root seed because I want to grow them in case I need them for something. And we're out. We're out. So what I'll do first is I'm going to pop the copper into the smelter. I'm going to put the triptych over here. And, oh yeah, I'm going to plant that daggerroot seed somewhere just for the sake of planting it. Because I think, you know, some of the plants you need for other things. So that's not going to be hazardous. It's just going to be a, they call it a, well, they grow super fast. Like, check this out. But this isn't going to hurt you. These are pretty much harmless, I think, when you plant them. At least I think they are. I know that the hispine, when you plant it, becomes harmless. But I can't say for sure about the daggerroot. So with that out of the way, that is the core, and that is what I wanted to show you guys and achieve this episode. So with that done, I hope you have a good one, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.